Hi there, my name is Chris and I'm from Samsung Electronics Singapore. Today I'll be sharing with you on how mobile technologies can help to empower your business and at the same time prepare you guys for the next normal. As we know it, COVID-19 has changed the way on how we go about living our lives. In fact, even in Singapore, we have broken our recovery down into multiple different phases. And not all employees are actually allowed to go back into the business or into the office. So that is why not everyone is required to actually work from home. We recently did a survey that covers Southeast Asia and Oceania region, including Australia and New Zealand. 1 in 3 employees out there are required to work in more than 3 different workplaces, and 50% of the employees out there are required some form of remote working solutions to continue their day-to-day business operations. So on top of that, 34% of the employees out there who are equipped with smartphone, in fact, are significantly more productive, because they are not being restricted to just a physical office environment or physical workstation itself. Today, they can actually perform their required tasks, be it anytime and anywhere. And remote working, is extremely important in the COVID-19 situation, whereby employees are actually being controlled on whether are they allowed to enter the office environment itself. So that is where actually Samsung comes in to empower your businesses to ensure that your workforce are mobile ready. So in fact, over here, I have my S Pen. So S Pen is just one of that technology that comes along with the Samsung Note series. S Pen is not just only allow you to take the notes. In fact, actually, I'm controlling this entire presentation through my S Pen itself. In fact, if I double click, I'm able to go back 1 slide before. If I click 1 time, I can actually move forward the slides itself. So in fact, the S Pen is not only just to be used to control the PowerPoint slides. In fact, the first original function of S Pen is to use for the notes taking feature. So over here, I have the Samsung Note 20. Let me demonstrate to you guys how can we go about using the Samsung Notes features. So some of the key features, or I would say the latest updates and features that I would like to share with you guys is the ability to straighten out the text whenever you do some writing on it. So over here, I'll just write down my name. Let's say write Chris. And this button over here, just by clicking on it, I'm actually able to straighten out the text. In fact, we have this latest feature whereby we are able to convert what you have written so far directly into the text itself. So one of the latest features that, along with the update that we have released recently, was the ability to actually record your voice as you are doing your notes taking. So one fine example over here is, welcome to the webinar. All right. As I play back on it, I'm actually able to pinpoint directly which part of the message do I actually want to jump it directly to. And again, with the updates itself, one of the features I would like to share with you as well also is, remember the times when you always receive certain documents and you are required to have some signature on it. So with Samsung Notes itself, you can actually simply just import the PDF, which I actually have received it yesterday. All right, and once that is done, let me just change it to the handwriting itself. So with that, I can actually put my signature on top of it. So once that is done, I can immediately share it back, to my counterparts. Over here, I'm able to choose whether I want to send it via PDF, Word file, or in fact PowerPoint. So let's go with PDF for now. And right now, I just need to choose which medium I would like to share it to. So let's go with Gmail. And that's it, we are done. You automatically attach whatever you have written on a PDF and then into a Gmail application. Then from there onwards, you're actually able to send it to the counterparts. So that is the new key features that comes together with the latest update for Samsung Notes. With that, let's proceed further and I'll show you some of the latest release for our Samsung Note 20. So over here, we have a docking station. And all we need to do is just connect our phone to it. And with that, Samsung DeX itself will start to appear on our monitor. Now, for the people hearing Samsung DeX for the first time, is a new feature that was released by Samsung 2 years ago, whereby when you connect to an external monitor, the desktop view will start to appear. I have a full access to everything. And if you recall previously just now, I have actually I was doing some presentation on my phone itself. So with the Office 365, right, you're able to open any form of Office documents, right, be it PowerPoint or Excel or Microsoft Word, right? And so if you have a paid license for the Office 365, you're able to do some editing on your PowerPoint or Excel as well also, all right? In fact, I'm able to open up multiple files. So I'll just open one more Excel to show you guys. All right, it's opening. So this Excel is actually being opened from my own personal OneDrive account. Okay. So similarly, all right. So this is what we mean by having an employee being connected, whereby they are able to access any form of data, be it wherever they are or any given time. All right. So that's the Microsoft Office. All right. Again, we also have we can access our OneDrive right from our Samsung DeX. And from here, I can access any form of documents that I may have stored previously on my account. Right? And with COVID-19, we realized that a lot of people have started to jump on board Microsoft Teams, right, in order to perform any form of remote working or to do some collaboration work together. So similarly, Microsoft Teams has also optimized, right, the application for Samsung DeX itself. So actually, you can get a full view of the Microsoft Teams application. In fact, your existing features of Microsoft Teams all can be accessed, right, via this application similarly. Okay, so I can actually be the one chatting, right, with my colleagues. In fact, I can be collaborating with my my team members, be it on like certain files or PowerPoint that we are working on. Right? All that can be done from Microsoft Teams. Okay, and in fact, I can even join a webinar or a call directly from here. So over here, you see, I open up my calendar just by clicking on join. Right. So basically, the entire video conferencing, it will be using the mic of my mobile phone and the camera as well. Also, okay. So that's let me end the call. All right. So that is all about Microsoft Teams itself. All right. So let's move on to another new feature for the Samsung Note 20, which is the ability to connect to a Windows laptops. So over here, all right, I have a Windows laptop. All right. Okay, so once I boot it up, and so long that this device and the phone itself is within the same network, right, I'm actually able to access any form of applications or messages or photos, or in fact, see all of my notifications on my phone just from my machine itself. With the collaboration of Microsoft, we have released a new form of application called Your Phone. So if you have a Windows machine itself, you just need to search for Your Phone itself, all right? Okay. And that's where you're able to see the application. Click on it. So you'll be presented with the option, right, to connect your phone, right, together with this Windows system. So just go through the normal usual setup itself, and then you'll be presented with the screen. So all the notification messages or photos, right, that is within your phone itself, right, you are actually able to access it via your Windows system. Right? So I can see over here on the left-hand side, I can see there are 5 main categories of files or data that you can access, right? Starting from a notification, message, photos, apps, and in fact, you can actually make a call, right, from your Windows systems. All right, so let's look at notification first. Pretty straightforward. Right? From this application, you're able to see whatever notification, right, that was received on the phone itself. And as we move on to the message itself, okay, in fact, you're able to read any form of message, or in fact, right, send any message out from your main Windows systems. Okay, and next is the photos, right? So for photo itself, you're able to see all the photos that's within the phone. Okay, that's quite straightforward. So the most interesting features, right, is you're able to launch applications, right, from your Windows itself. So just by clicking on any of the app itself, you can see there's actually a pop-up over here. So as you click on the linking applications, right, for example, you can actually be able to view your linking, browse your linking apps as if you're using on your phone. All right. So any of the applications over here, right, that you can actually click on it, I can run off your Windows systems. So a lot of people ask me, right, what is really the main key usage of this integration? Right? And generally, from what I've gathered from our customer itself, actually they find it really useful in the event if they want to transfer any kind of files, right, to your phone, right, remotely without any form of cable. Right? So that's when you see over here, as I launch the screen, right, on the right hand side, I'm actually able to drag a video clip across. So just let me demonstrate to you guys. So just let me drag it over, all right? And here you go, it gets transferred immediately without the needs of having a cable being connected. All right, there are some of the new features for the Samsung Note 20. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask it at the Q&A section. We'll address it later. Stay safe.
Hi guys, my name is Tiziana and I'm the founder and CEO of Brain Juice Collective. Today I'm here with Samsung to tell you everything about the Note 20. Brain Juice Collective is a consulting agency. We do marketing, education and ventures as well. So it's an ecosystem built around helping companies and individuals create meaningful impact in a strategic and profitable way. So with the new normal, we've been really fortunate because a lot of our work had been done online before. But there definitely has been physical things that have been cancelled, like events, workshops and things like that. So we've been able to move that online in creative ways through live streaming and even creating content through unexpected mediums. I think one of the things that has been happening a lot during the circuit breaker and post-circuit breaker is we've been having a lot of online meetings. So what has helped is being able to use the Samsung Note 20 to project it on a larger screen, for example, with Zoom calls. That's very helpful when we need to review presentations, and even my own personal leisure online classes, for example, can be done the same way. My favorite thing about being able to work from anywhere is scheduling my life the way that I want to. So if I need to do back-to-back meetings, I can because I don't have to be traveling from one place to another. I think my favorite feature would have to be the 5G connectivity. I'm quite an impatient person when it comes to loading files and I hate waiting for it to appear on my screen. So with 5G connectivity, I don't have to worry about that. I think the S Pen is almost like a magic wand. You can do air flicks, you can review documents, you can sign documents, and everything is so precise, which is what I really love about it. I hate it when I take notes and it gets so messy because the device is not detecting the pen. I love how big the screen is and there's no obstruction at all, so it's really the perfect viewing experience for work and also for watching videos. The pandemic may have limited us in many ways, but I think it's an opportunity to be our most creative and innovative selves. It's great to know that we have a powerful device like the Samsung Note 20 to help us do so. Alright, before I go, let me leave you with my favorite quote. Thanks for tuning in, take care, stay safe.
Hi, I'm Neil, and I'm the Product Director of SME SaaS here at Singtel.
Hi, I'm Joanna. I'm the Modern Workplace Business Group Lead at Microsoft Singapore.
Today's webinar is about how we can use technology to overcome some of the challenges we face day to day because of the ongoing COVID-19 situation. So we are very happy to have Singtel's partner, Microsoft, here to share with us some of the technologies available, also to hear some tips on how we can use Microsoft's technology to overcome these challenges.
Great. Thanks, O'Neill, for having me here. Really very honored and privileged to be here sharing as well. So one of the common things that we get asked by a lot of employees as well as customers and partners is, how is Microsoft actually coping with this situation? So at Microsoft, our employees is number one priority. Of course, one of the big things that our management empower ourselves is we can actually work from any time. And in fact, one of the best practices that we have also instilled is for any meetings that's more than 10 people, we are encouraged not to have it face-to-face. And the other thing that we are asking people to do is insert a Microsoft Teams meeting link for every meeting that we are actually hosting, so that we're inclusive, so that we can allow people to be making the decision whether they are comfortable to come into the office to meet face-to-face, or they actually would like to just meet virtually over Microsoft Teams. How about at Singtel?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, because Singtel being one of the biggest operator here in Singapore, we need to make sure that there's business continuity so that our customer services are not affected. So even for myself, my department, we have split ourselves into two teams, one operating here at Com Center and another team operating at a different location within Singapore. The question we have in mind is, how do we maintain our day-to-day operation, in the way we engage our suppliers, our customers? So, even as ourselves are also big users of Microsoft technology, we are also using like Microsoft Teams to overcome some of these challenges. So we have actually created different teams within Microsoft Teams itself, and allowing that to have these remote engagements and discussions with our internal staff as well as external customers. Right. And that has allowed us to continue with whatever we need to do to get our business going.
Yeah, I think it's very aligned to for many customers who may or may not be familiar with Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is actually part of Office 365. It is actually a hub of teamwork. It comes with chats. It allows you to do instant chatting with your employees. It allows you to actually host meetings, so you can actually do your meetings virtually over the application itself. It also allows you to actually collaborate with all the files and documents that you're probably working with, whether it's Word, PowerPoint, OneNote, things like that. So essentially it's very critical and very easy for people to use because it's a one central portal that you can actually use for everything.
And you brought up a very good point. I think many people have the perception that Office 365 is just another email and a Microsoft Office application. But what a lot of people do not know is the other technologies that are inside. And today we're talking about Teams, right? So what more better to have you here with us to share about this technology and to uncover some of the things and hidden features within Teams that would be really useful for our customers.
Happy to do so. So most recently we just started. Since the situation happened, we've been actually hosting kind of like 4 to 5 weekly seminars or webinars in that sense, where we actually call live events. We actually host the sessions over Teams itself, where we encourage our customers to use what they already have, which is Microsoft Teams, and then use the feature of having live events during the session. So apart from having actual meetings where you can do one-to-one, one to few people, one to many people, you can actually even host live events, which is a broadcast. So some customers are actually doing it for their town hall. So your employees briefing, we have it actually goes up to 10,000, as big as 10,000 employees. You can actually do that with a moderated Q&A as well. So we can actually interact very closely with your audience. At the same time, be able to still stay connected, because during this time is where everybody are struggling with looking for ways to stay connected that allows them to still do remote working and stay productive.
Yeah. We ourselves at Singtel now, embracing Microsoft Teams as well, to get to do our day-to-day work. I'm sure there are certain tips, right? So I'll just share my my own experience about how Teams has been so easy to use, right? So when we set up a session, a meeting, using Outlook, we can just immediately create a Teams link, and anybody from any device, that has a link application will just be able to join the meeting from anywhere. And that's how we actually maintain our department meetings and do our business reviews, and even meet some of our suppliers virtually. I can't imagine how we would have managed, without a technology like this.
One of the things that we have recognized, even in the normal day-to-day working, is the fact that we are working in an environment where we have multiple generations of employees, right? Some have different preferences, different work styles. Some people are more visual. Some people are just more quick. They just want to make sure that they can just do a quick thumbs up for you. They just put a reaction. Some of us are a little bit more shy. We may not want to ask questions during meetings, but the fact that somebody else is keying your questions on the chat, right? Instantly, that is the same question that I have on my mind, but I just don't want to interrupt the session during the meeting. I don't want to be asking that question. I could just easily thumbs up that question, and instantly the presenter on the other side will know that, hey, this is an important question because there's 3 people that's actually having the same sentiments. So immediately your meetings becomes very productive, because not only you can communicate, right, what you're trying to deliver in the meeting, but at the same time you are also able to get a sense from the engagement that you're having with the people, right? So it's the same feeling when you're actually meeting face to face. I can tell from your reaction, your facial expression, whether you are lost or you are not. The other function that we also do a lot is video. Turn on your video inside Teams, right? I can see immediately, and not only visually, but if you are more text person, you are reacting on the chat. I can also tell very easily that, hey, there is a question on the chat right now. Shall we go and address the question? So you can see the meetings experience become very seamless, becomes very spontaneous. It allows people to actually take actions immediately. And my personal favorite is you can even take notes during the session. And even when the meeting is finished, the chat continues, right? And it's persistent. So the good news about this is if I didn't manage to join the meeting and I only managed to come into that chat group later on, I can really tell what was the conversation that was happening during the session before. So from a user experience perspective, I find that I can get up to speed much more easier. I don't have to make separate phone calls to get there. I don't have to go and search for information because it's really all already recorded in the same meeting that we just had. That's really my personal tips and tricks. I really enjoy that.
And all that you just described is available at the snap of a finger, because actually there's not much configuration that needs to be done. Okay. And any customers who are already buying Office 365 or using Office 365 will already have enjoyed some of those features that we talked about. And here at Singtel, of course, we take that to the next level where we understand that today some of these customers already have Office phone. They have a certain Office number that maybe they are being contacted at. Then how do we use Teams to overcome that, right? So here at Singtel, what we have been able to do also is to sort of like integrate that phone number, the PSTN phone number, to your Microsoft Teams. And so seamlessly, as your customers are contacting you through your desk phone, your device itself, your desktop and your mobile phone with the Teams app will just ring and you'll be contacted just using one number. So we currently have this capability, and we are encouraging our customers to take it up in the time like this to negate some of the limitations they have with not being able to be at the office today. Yeah.
What you just shared is a very real life situation, because one of the things that I didn't like and enjoy in the past was the fact that when I'm dialing into a meeting, when I'm on the road coming into the office, I could be held up, and then I dial in from my phone, and then I get to the office, go to the hang on, and get connected into the desktop conversation. With Teams now available also in your app, right, and as well as your desktop, and through what you just say is one-stop calling, I can seamlessly get across to my device very quickly. The same experience itself. In fact, nobody will know that I just transited from a mobile experience to actually a desktop experience. No interruption to the meetings that is actually ongoing at the same time. So truly, I find that really a bliss, because we are very active, and very mobile worker these days. We work from anywhere, and we have situation that we could be dialing in from the phone. I'm sure many of our customers out there has the same experience where your power on your phone may have battery may have run out, and you now need to transit into the device itself. Yeah. That experience is really very important, and you don't lose much of that productivity time that you spend on the road too.
Yeah. So it looks like from a communication standpoint, Teams is like almost a perfect solution. What about collaboration, right? I mean, in today's context, work, there's a lot of file sharing and document sharing, whatnot. Yeah. So maybe you can share with us some of the tips, right? That our customers should know when it comes to using Microsoft Teams. Obviously, not just a communication tool, not just a unified communication tool, but obviously it's also a very comprehensive collaboration tool itself. Maybe you can share with us on some tips on how we can collaborate on the Teams.
Cool. So I think earlier we talked about using Microsoft Teams as a one hub for calls, for chats. The next big thing is really collaboration. Now, research has shown that 80% of the people right now, they work in teams. We always have to work in different departments across different people to get things done. One of the biggest challenge, right, is sharing of information. Now, I'll give you a scenario in the past. We do a lot lesser these days. I know it is a change management as well. So the other thing that we actually do quite a fair bit these days is collaboration on a single document. So in the past, we used to send many attachments. You recall, I send you an email and say, hey, I need your inputs on this thing. Yeah. Or now can you add in your comments? You send in a version 1.0, somebody do a 1.1, next person do a 1.2, and suddenly for a single document to prepare for a meeting, you have 60 emails that come through. Do you resonate with that time? Absolutely. Now, the beauty about using OneDrive and using collaboration over Teams is you only have one document. And if you are truly collaborating across different people and instantly is, hey, O'Neill, I just have to chat with you over the Teams function and say, hey, I need your inputs, or the team, I need your inputs by this time, this day. Please make sure you are putting your inputs directly into the file that I just shared over Teams. Now, what happened is that right now, 5 people can be working on the document. It can be a PowerPoint that they were preparing for this event like this. And then by the time I need it by 5 p.m. End of the day, I can see all the different comments and changes that you actually input into the file. At the same time, I can even tell who is actually still working on the document, when I actually log into my file. So instantly within Teams itself, you suddenly have a one glance and one-stop place for the files that you are commonly using. You want the latest version of it, you don't have to go and search in your email on which is the version. Is it version 1.5, 1.8, 1.9? Now, any one time, if I feel that, hey, I like the old version that was actually done by you earlier, I can actually just recover that version because it's all tracked within the file itself. So that's what we talk about collaboration. It is about making ability to allow every one of us to be working on the same document, co-authoring at the same time, making changes, yet at the same time making sure that the owner feel secure that, feel confident that the file they're working on is actually well protected and they have the ability to go back to recover an older version anytime if they liked it. Yeah. So this is really one very fundamental new way of collaboration where you no longer need to put people in the same place or over emails to actually collaborate, but kind of like virtually, and then you still get the job done, and it's proven to be a lot more effective and productive for many of us.
Those are great points on collaboration, and obviously Microsoft Teams is not just a voice solution, it also does collaboration. So we talk about a lot of things today, and just want to summarize all this for our customers as well. Definitely using Microsoft Teams today, we talk about if you're already an Office 365 user, you should already, or you can get started with Microsoft Teams and to start enjoy some of the benefits we talk about today to overcome the challenges with working in different locations and accessing from different devices. We are also able to help you integrate Microsoft Teams with your desk phone, with your business contact number, and that will make the whole communication even more seamless for you. Joanna, thank you so much for coming to be with us. Do you have any last words to share with our customers?
Thank you for having me here. Yeah. I think I want to share Microsoft's mission, which is to empower every person and every organization on this planet to achieve more. So together, using technology and using our partnership, we hope we have been able to deliver some good tips, tricks, as well as technology sharing around how we can empower you to actually achieve more too. Yeah. Thank you again for having me.
And dear customers, if you are interested to try Office 365 or Microsoft Teams, you can click on the link below and contact Singtel, and we will have our salespeople contact you and to follow up with your requirements.